Belarusian forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, capture this base and take our fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. Belarusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused.
I know. You're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military? The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslij, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
They're bombing us. We're unable to use SAMs. Help me!
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate. Target locked.
They have more aircraft. More planes incoming. Fire more missiles. Fighters.
Coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know. Nickel.
That's Shalaji Castle.
There aren't that many. Aim carefully and lead ahead already. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone. Take something somewhere sturdy or on the ground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines. They're targeting our anti-aircraft weaponry. Taking out one down. There's more enemy aircraft, so I'm calling out the close range.
Gun range.
That warehouse is filled with ammunition. Evading missile.
Nickel. 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 Nickel.
I took some damage.
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
You're mine.
Nickel. Nickel.
Bombs away.
Set up as a load. Put them on a flat surface.
Nickel.
We'll have more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation is dead, the young will carry on.
Destroyed.
Nickel. Nickel.
The
Nickel.
enemy has escaped.
Nickel. Nickel.
Sam is out. We're running out of ways to strike back.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town's of high cultural wealth. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
Cancel takeoff. Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle's over if we can get up there. Only with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
Why aren't Quinn and the others airborne?
inside the tunnel is insane.
Squadron airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around and we'll force to shoot you down.
This is the OCN long-range strategic strike group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you talking so tough. You're going to one of the leaders of Levante. You bastard! You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Abujan pilots are known for their skill. Let's leave this place loud.
Target hit.
These guys are pretty accomplished fighter pilots.
Fox 2.
Enemy on your back. You got a stomach one of my ass. You're a band of knights. I hate enemy before. Their actual mobility. Alright, I'm a wild gunman then. Time to shut your mouth.
These guys are just as responsible for Wiseman.
Striker 1, target acquired.
Soul Squadron, those snowbirds leader to King.
Black 2! The enemy has escaped.
Target's in machine gun range. Striker 1, Fox 2.
Don't underestimate them just because Mr. X is here.
You're mine!
Hostile has a lock.
Striking! Striking!
Target was not struck.
These guys expect us to surrender? I'll kill them myself. I'm out. Ejecting. That'll be okay. Breathing under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's break and exit to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
We'll go. Righto. Enemy on your back. Punch 2. Will's been hit. He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time. As expected, a lucky shot would be boring. Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you.
Missile.
I'm not that person.
Missile.
Okay. Buzz Latina squad infiltrating it. Suspecting further advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. Funds worldwide. Codex and trains provided. Hey, look at the color of that. Hands, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get one down. Rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Welcome. Might just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack. Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's what it seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy. Like the sky was like wide open. Someone to guide us. I can't think of anyone other than you. Being together with me taught me something. True fighters don't know. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. I'm there with the first Legion Air Force should be fighting against him. He's only looking for reality. That bastard will need a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit.
Strider 1 has been hit. Are you alright?
He's flying, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces.
System power at 60%.
Target's in machine gun range.
Not bad. The weapon is not enough to take down Priest Trace. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I found every last one of them.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
He's still flying, but his plane's been damaged. Finish him off, Trigger. These movements, I knew it.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
He got him.
Caution alert.
Trigger, splash the bandit.
Can you hear me, pilot with the 3 strikes? This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
The resupply went well.
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkans? Because this guy was a Belkan, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkan, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now, they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusea? My grandfather had only one wish: to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusia after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder
Yes?
which path you would choose. When looking at Harling's mirror,